Hey guys, Alex Khan here, and should we vlog now or should we vlog later? Yeah, baby. Hey, so we are going to take a look at this hero car from Austin Powers, which was kind of used in all three movies, not really, but mainly used in Austin Powers' Spy Who Shagged Me and Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery. And we'll talk more about the inaccuracies and then the details of the movie, but let's talk about the box first. So this was made by Joyride ERTL, and the box is pretty cool. I mean, it's got Michael Myers on the cover, so that's kind of cool. And it says Shaguar New Line Cinema all over it. They're the ones who made the movie. But it's kind of interesting that they don't actually specify what kind of Jaguar this car is. I don't know why they couldn't specify that, because on the bottom of the box they do specify, or they at least put Jaguar's logo on here, which leads me to believe that they had Jaguar's their blessing for making this diecast. So I don't know why they didn't specify. But in the movies they actually used several different types of Jaguars. In the first two, it was a 1961 Jaguar. I don't know if it's an E-type or an XK-E. It's kind of hard to say because the E-type is made for a British market and the XK-E was made for a North American market. I'm pretty confused because this is a right-hand drive car, but it was filmed in the United States, so I kind of doubt they brought a British car just to film this movie. I don't really know though. But let's go ahead and talk about the diecast now. So it looks decent, but there are quite a lot of inaccuracies with this movie, and I'll talk more about the movie car itself in a minute, but I want to talk about the inaccuracies first. So let's start with these. These mirrors here should not be on the engine hood. It should be right here on the door. That was a huge mistake. These side blinkers should be white, not yellow. Let's let it spin around. Also, this front window here, or the only window here, it should be divided into two, and there should be a rear mirror right here on the dashboard. Now that takes us into the interior of the car. The steering wheel should be brown, like a wooden type of brown, and the whole control panel is all messed up. They didn't even look at the movie's control panels, because in the movie, that's where Austin Powers talks to Basil Expedition a lot, and they didn't even bother putting the monitor or any of the buttons that matches the movie control panel, so they really dropped the ball on that. But yeah, it's not the most detailed car, but it is more of a budget diecast, so I guess I can kind of forgive them. But my problem with movie diecast, if they're going to call it a movie diecast, can they at least watch the movie a little bit? But that said, I do like that the license plate's accurate, and I do like the Union Jack paint scheme on this Jaguar. Now apparently the 61 Jaguar E-type was hailed as the most beautiful car. I don't agree with that, but it is pretty sleek looking. And if you guys know, the E-type was based off of the D-type Jaguar. They had some delays in getting the E-type out. But apparently this car could do 150 miles per hour. And, oh yeah, the hood does open. Look at that, guys. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, this was Austin Powers' hero car, in at least in the first two movies, Spy Who Shagged Me and International Man of Mystery. And it's interesting to note that Austin Powers doesn't really drive the Shaguar. In the first movie, it's actually Mrs. Kensington and her daughter, Miss Kensington, who actually drives this car for the most part for Austin Powers. But that said, it doesn't get much screen time, like, at all. In the first movie, where it gets the most screen time, it gets 1 minute and 44 seconds of screen time. Given it is, the screen time is doled out throughout the movie so that you do feel its presence. But when you look at the overall screen time, it's only a minute 44. That's not very much. And in Spy Who Shagged Me, it gets even less screen time. It only gets 43 seconds worth of screen time. In Spy Who Shagged Me, Felicity's Corvette actually gets a little bit more screen time. Her Corvette gets about a minute and 34 seconds. And the main vehicle of that car, I would say, would be the Volkswagen Time Machine, which gets 2 minutes and 19 seconds. If you guys remember that movie, Austin Powers does go back in time to try to save his mojo. And that's where he meets Felicity Shagwell, who drives a Corvette with a United States theme on her car, which is pretty cool looking. They actually sell that too. I don't think I'm going to be too bothered to buy it though. I'm just not really that interested in it. And if you guys had seen Austin Powers' Gold Member, this car kind of gets screen time, except in Gold Member, from what I understand, it's a 67 Jaguar, but it's still an E-type, or at least, you know, the XK-E type, the North American style. But in Gold Member, it only gets about 38 seconds worth of screen time, and you can't even see what kind of car it is. It's only like a shot of the of Austin Powers and Beyonce driving the car. So it doesn't even matter what kind of car it is. You can't really tell what kind of car it is. But apparently in the deleted scenes, you can see that it's the Shaguar. And also in Gold Member, there is another Shaguar driven by Tom Cruise at the beginning of the movie, but that is a 2001 Jaguar. Oh yeah, I didn't say that. This Jaguar driven by Austin Powers is called the Shaguar. Pretty groovy, isn't it, baby? But yeah, this is a pretty iconic car. Like if you saw this this Jaguar E-type decked out in the Union Jack, you would know it's Austin Powers. And oh yeah, there's also another diecast for Austin Powers for Gold Member. If you guys remember Gold Member, Michael Caine plays Austin Powers' dad. And Michael Caine, who was in the Italian Job, fittingly drives a Mini Cooper. And that Mini Cooper is decked out in the Union Jack as well. But I think for Austin Powers, I think the Jaguar is the most iconic car. The Shaguar. So, I don't think I have anything else to say about this. I do like it. I mean, considering that it's a budget movie diecast car, 1/18 scale, it's not a bad price. But yeah, I'm not going to bother with the other diecast in that. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this review shagadelic. And I have one question to ask you guys. Did this vlog make you horny?